Good morning, Capricorn. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. As I had suggested last night after having posted your other reading, I had advised you that I will be posting a more specific or inclusive reading for you guys, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to be using the regular playing cards to do a romantic specific base reading, and this reading will be valid until the end of this month, okay? I'm going to be using the regular deck, and I've already shuffled my deck, as a way to save down on some time. And I've also added a card from Doreen's Virtues deck that's just to give you some additional parting advice. Okay? Let's go on and get started with your reading by first making a few general observations here. Just look at your suit assessments there. We only have one heart. There are no diamonds there. There are two spades. Except with the exception of the one that actually fell to the bottom, and there are three clubs, and there are also two court cards. So, since you have a predominance of clubs, Capricorn, you are very ambitious about your situation. Additionally, clubs kind of forebode well for kind of meeting new friends, even developing new relationships. The key is, Capricorn, is not to really, overburden yourself with plans and promises that might overwhelm you and taking on a heavy load. You also have just as many spades in this reading as well. So there might be some bickering, arguing, and things happening outside of your sphere of control. And this is usually with loved ones. You are more than likely trying to decide upon actions that need to be taken by yourself or either others. And perhaps you are, worrying a little bit too much. Additionally, since I see that there are no diamonds here in this layout present, since we're more concerned about your romantic situation, I feel that this relationship might lack some stability, and perhaps an injection of money might help your situation. Okay? Let's move right along and look at your number trend. And after having added up all of the numbers here, with the exception of the one falling to the bottom, your number trend actually comes up to the number 9. So the message is all about attainment and endings, Capricorn. So the 9 kind of asks you to kind of take a deep look within yourself. Trust your intuition, Capricorn, and then decide upon your best path forward. It says don't really try to kind of force a resolution as it relates to what's going on with you guys romantically. It says, look within before, really taking any action. Okay? And so since most of the prevailing numbers are mostly high numbers in this reading, or perhaps above, you're reaching the end or conclusion stage of this matter, just as with your numerical thing. So therefore, Capricorn, radical changes are to be expected. Okay, I'm going to just look at the color combination here. You have mostly a lot of dark clouds here, and you see that you only have one positive red card there. So this, you can expect or anticipate, delays and disputes of all sort, when you have that type of association or combination. Okay, since we have these two court cards there, this combination shows infidelity, or perhaps a consultation, or even an opinion that's going to be offered to you. It also might, suggest that there are others involved in this matter and perhaps influencing this situation. It also denotes perhaps parties and social gatherings of all sorts, and perhaps even you receiving a lot of invitations, which I kind of feel, because of the spades kind of here, you might turn down. You may decide that you don't want to go. Okay, let's move right along and look at the 3 of spades, and we're going to combine that card with the 7 of spades, and that would suggest to me that, just looking at these two cards, the 3 of spades along with the 7 of spades, that that really denotes someone that who has gotten over a past relationship, or perhaps someone who hasn't gotten over a past relationship, really based on having his or her heart broken in the past. Because this card kind of gives you a sense of a feeling of a rebounder type person. So this person therefore might be involved in this relationship without any intention or perhaps commitment. So what this card is kind of asking you to do to protect is to try to protect your heart. It also shows infidelity. You might be dating someone who is already married or perhaps already in a committed relationship, combined with, with this Ten of Hearts there. Also possible you might be ending, important relationships with loved ones, or you might be in the midst of even a breakup, wondering whether, your partner has perhaps lost interest. Okay. Now, since this King of Clubs um, and the Queen of Clubs kind of surrounds this Ten of Hearts there, it denotes old friends are going to appear in the future. Okay, let's go right along and get into your reading. We're starting with the bottom card. We have the Six of Spades, and that denotes an air sign, Capricorn, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. And I usually tend to see this card as, Mercury falling in Aquarius. So and this card is all about a struggle, involuntary changes, obstacles, or problems. It really says that you're going to be troubled by an unfulfilling relationship and might want to move forward with someone new. It is also saying that, whatever problems that you are facing, or have been facing, really, they're not going to go away on their own. You're going to have to kind of change the way that you're reacting to situations, or perhaps alter your approach, and do things differently. The good thing is, I kind of feel that your romantic difficulties looks like they're eroding. Perhaps you and your current partner are going to learn how to deal with your relationship in perhaps another way. Okay, let's go right along and look at your current situation here. And we have the Seven of Spades falling in that position, so that refers to an air sign, Capricorn. Again, it's an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But of course, I kind of see this card as being the moon, being in Aquarius. So this card is all about dishonor, uncertainty, unstable conditions, introspection, perhaps lies, and even deception. This card says that you're going to receive an unexpected call from a lover, it looks like from your past, or you're going to reunite somehow, but you won't compromise your values, no matter how much you kind of might like the person. Also plausible, there might be cheating going on with this seven in an existence relationship, and perhaps both of you are doing this. Nevertheless, there's a lot of empty promises or deceit happening in this relationship, and I feel that with this card, you guys need to implement a new approach. Okay? Let's move right along and look at, really what's kind of inside of you, or what's kind of moving you internally. We have the King of Clubs there. So that denotes a fire sign. It could be an Aries, a Leo, or perhaps a Sagittarius. This card is all about passion and really a burning desire to do something, or a burning desire to have someone. It says that while you might feel you have no one to kind of lean on for support, Capricorn, you want to reach out to someone and perhaps begin anew. And since this card is all about excitement and adventure, it says that, you want to somehow inject passion into a relationship, and could possibly be in an existing relationship, or it could potentially be with someone else that you're trying to deal with. And you want to spoil this person with a lot of generosity. Okay? Let's move on to your next card and look at your lover's attitude, or his or her feelings towards you. We have the Ten of Hearts falling in that placement, and that denotes a water sign. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I see this card, Mars, has been in Pisces. So this card is all about great happiness, you guys, joy, and even lasting happiness. It therefore says that your current lover is certainly committed, really, to having a long-lasting relationship with you. It says that your happiness is mutually shared. Okay? Let's move right along and look at your attitude towards your lover. We have the Ace of Clubs there. So that denotes a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this card, you guys, is all about new beginnings or advancements and great inspiration. Therefore, this card says that your lover is inspired by you and kind of want to also go the distance with you. He or she sees you as very positive, despite any obstacles to the contrary, or those that you may have faced. He or she sees being with you as an adventure. or as an adventurous experience, and one that he or she feels that is going to really teach them a lot, kind of being with you. Okay, let's move right along and look at the challenge that, you're going to be up against with this relationship. We have the Three of Spades falling there, so that refers to an air sign, a Gemini, Aries, and Libra, and I see it as being Saturn and Libra. So this card is all about upheavals, quarrels, worries, disharmony, and even triangulated relationships. So you'll need to try to put aside your sorrows of the past and kind of focus on the now when you see this card as a challenge. And this card is telling you that perhaps you need to take off your rose-colored glasses and really see your relationship for what it really is. Because the key with this card is kind of take time out to think and don't really fly off the handle at the slightest provocation. Also plausible, Capricorn, because this three is really connected, as I suggested from the onset, with triangulated relationship. Perhaps there is certainly an intruder in your relationship that you're going to have to deal with. Perhaps this third party could be perhaps taking advantage of one of you or even the weakness in your relationship, particularly if the relationship is sexless. Therefore, there's a need to do better in this area and to discuss things over with your current partner if you want, these things to end. Okay? Let's move right along to your last card and get you some advice, okay? And even the likely outcome to this reading. We have the Queen of Clubs there. So it refers to a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. And this card is really all about taking a firmer stance in the situation of Capricorn. And in this case, it's certainly your romantic affair. It's all about new avenues or unexpected. And it therefore says, you need to be a bit more confident in your approach. It says that although you're going to be sick and tired of being hurt and you're going to feel that really though there is no option left but to kind of move on, and try to, move forward to the new, I feel that you're going to reignite the passion in your existent relationship. And I still feel that you're going to receive an unexpected phone call from an admirer. And it may be someone I'm feeling that might be someone from a different background or a culture than your own. But, of course, you realize that you're personally already in an existent relationship. So a sacrifice will have to be made because you're not going to want to move forward with someone that is, kind of worse than what you already have. Okay, and as I indicated, I pulled a card from Doreen's Virtues deck. And the card that came up was the past life relationship type thing. So this card is saying that you have somewhat of a karmic connection with this person that you're kind of concerned. And it looks like it's more so centered around the person that's in your existent relationship. And it looks like there's some type of, something that you guys need to finish or resolve before you're able to kind of move on. But it certainly shows that it's a karmic type relationship that you have, and it's up to you to decide if this is something that you would want to kind of continue on in. Just looking at your layout there, you do have some, fairly decent cards in terms of how the person is viewing you and how you're viewing him or her, but there is some issues, surrounding a triangulated type relationship that you guys need to discuss and perhaps clear up. Okay, Capricorn, thanks a lot for your time. And as with any reading, this reading may not have resonated with everyone, but I certainly like to hear your comments. And for those who have yet to subscribe, please feel free to take some time out to subscribe. And again, I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.